Aha!
Right, we've got everything we need now to put together this fuel tank and get it in the car. Hopefully. It's took a while because I've had to wait for bits to come in to finish it off. These little trolleys here are brilliant for wheeling stuff around, by the way. I think we got it from IKEA. It was like about 20 quid or something like that. Superb. What we got? We've got one of these. Which seals the pump mechanism down into the head of the tank, so we need to fit that. And it says on here MG Rover, but whether it's authentic or not I don't know. EDP9317 is the part code. Xpart.com. So we're going to fit that. We're going to fit the locking ring and gasket for the fuel sender. Let's take you off here, then I can show you what's going on inside. So, we've got the pipes coming up through the floor. We have got the fixing tank bracket there, which I welded on, God, years ago that was now, since I replaced all the boot floor. There's a little nut thing there which clips over the bracket, so you need to get yourself one of those. You can see it just clipped on there. You need a strap. I think it's a one-piece strap when you've got a 7.5 gallon tank, but there are some tanks where the strap is in two pieces and it wraps over the top instead of wrapping around the back as this one does. And then my strap, my single piece strap, is bolted into the seat back using a UNF bolt, not metric. Same as that thing down there is UNF, but luckily the little nut thing you can buy comes with a long UNF bolt, but you'll see that going on. Anything else we got? No, I think we're about ready to seal some stuff into the tank and get the tank in. So let's have a look at what we got. We got this, which I've converted. So I took the pump off, which is the original one that was inside the tank. Took all the wiring off. I've cleaned it up, and then I've resined in a bit of a fuel pipe into this, or fuel pipe adapter into this net bag, which seems in quite good condition, so that will stop any chunks which are in the bottom of the tank getting sucked up the pipe. I know you've got filters on and things like that, but I made a bit of an effort for keeping it. So what will happen is the fuel will get sucked up through this bag, up this bit of rubber pipe I've put on, into this metal pipe and out the top. And I, for future reference, have labelled it out. And then any fuel which gets returned from the engine will come down back through this other pipe and hopefully just squirt back into the tank, so it's in a cycle, as I said before. I've had a look in the tank where this sits, and I don't think this pickup arrangement here really sat at the bottom of the tank. it was probably a good inch or so off the bottom of the tank. So you're always going to get fuel in the tank, which this thing can't suck up. You'll always get a bit left in the bottom, but we'll see. So what shall we fit first, sender or this? Well, let's fit this first. Let's see what goes on with that. So let's put that down. Let's have a sip of tea. Milk, no sugars. There we go. Right, gasket. Put it down. Do I need any sealant on this gasket? So it's a special gasket. It only goes on in one position because these bolts here aren't equally spaced. So you need to make sure that this goes on in the correct position, which I think is like that. You can't fit it like that or like that. It's got to sit over the bolts sticking out equally. So shall I put some muck on here in case it doesn't sit down equally? No. I don't think it's the best gasket in the world, but I'll put it on dry and then we'll see what happens. So let's put that down there. And let's feed in. You see that better? You can see. So again, this can only go in one way to match the pattern of the bolts and the spacing of the bolts, and these pipes point into the boot, so we need to somehow slide that in there. So how many ways can this go on? It's got to be like that, isn't it? Does that look right? Let's put a nut on and then have a look inside with a torch. I should have some washers on these really. I might get some washers. I don't like putting nuts on. Without washers. Let's have a look. Let's have a see how that's sitting. Yeah, it's sitting on the bottom of the tank actually. Is it compressing it though? What do you think? Do you think it's compressing it? Let's take you off so you can have a look. I'll blind you with a torch. This is going to roll away. You're going to struggle to see in there, aren't you? I don't know whether it's being compressed onto the bottom of the tank, which ain't going to be very good. Let's have a closer look at it. Right, hour later I'm back. I wasn't happy with that. That filter bag thing was rubbing on the bottom of the tank, and I didn't want it squashing onto the bottom of the tank and restricting the fuel coming through the pipe. So I shortened this rubber pipe by about 20 mil, and now the filter bag thing is above the base of the tank, so I'm a bit more comfortable with that. So I'll get some washers for that and then see if we can bolt that on. Yeah, I'm going to use these nylon washers. Got freaking millions of them. Where's my nuts gone? Right, I'll just put a couple of nuts on here, then I'll show you. So look. Yeah, that's a load better. What's better? You see? There's that bag. There it is, look. Just see that bag. It's not on the bottom of the tank now. It's quite close, it's close enough. So yeah, I'm more happy with that. I blinded myself. Right, let's get this pin down and we'll look at the sender next. I do enjoy doing this. What bloke doesn't like knocking nails into stuff and putting screws in and fastening nuts up? It's in your DNA. I love it, man. Not too big. It's far too big. What size is that then? It's a funny size. It's a funny size. The world's oldest socket set. I think this has been with me since I was a wee lad. What we got? 11. That'll be it. That nut's smaller. How can that nut be smaller? It's smaller. How'd you get one small nut? Weird. That'll do. It's probably tight enough. Let's take one last look. Perfect. Perfect. Here we go. Cool. Some of them terminals don't look very shiny. Yeah, seems to be a layer of crud on these terminals. There's definitely no brass showing. You wouldn't have got no electrical connection with that. Maybe that's a bit better. Right, let's get this. Let's have a look at this locking ring. It's two-part. You get a rubber. I don't know whether to put anything on that. Shouldn't need to, really. I might just put a little bit of blue on the back. Just to tease it along. Just to smear. So I get it all over my fingers. Right. So we put that on there like that. Swizzle it around a bit. So that's got to go. So that must be when it's empty, and that must be when it's full. So how do you know how far around this needs to go? Have a look at my other Mini and see which direction those electrical connectors are sticking up. Right, they're pointing up in the fuel strap direction, like that. Let's have a look. There is some little locating tabs in there, I can see them. I don't think you can get this in the wrong place, unless you really try. There. I think we're in. Freaking hell. Didn't think that was going to go. Where's my locking tab? So that turns, and it's got a little ramp on the outer ring which compresses it in. So get my spanner. Doesn't seem to fit this one. Strangely, fitted the last one. I'll just bend those up a little bit, just to assist my spanner. Give them a little tweak up. There we go. That's it. Right on the money. We're on. So that's assembled. Got the breather pipe, which I can probably take back to the front of the car with that spare line I've got. And in and out. The old measuring gauge. Sorted. Let's get it fitted in the car. Hello. So here we are in the boot of the Mini. Let's get this petrol tank put in. I've fitted the rubber ring in the hole in the body. I can pretty much guarantee that when I try and push the neck of the petrol tank through, I'm going to pop it out. Always try and glue them in a little bit if I can whilst I'm doing this, but not before I've painted the car. So if it pops out, it ain't the end of the world. So I've got the tank, got the cushioning ring around the old spout. There's only one way this is going to go in the boot, and that's neck first. We've got to try and get round this strap and the fuel pipes. So neck in first. I'll flick that out the way and then rotate. I've got a towel on the floor of the boot to stop scratching it a little bit. Yep, petrol pods are all Trying to get around the back of the tank. Kind of interfering with this boot strap. It's nowhere near in at the right angle at the moment. So that's just literally rotated a little bit that way. I'm fighting against the circular rubber on the neck, on the body. I think that's about there. Because I can't go any further in that way because of the position of that bootstrap bracket there welded onto the floor. I think we're in. All my pipes are still visible. That's got to come round there like that. What can you actually see? Can you see this? Yeah. So it's in. It took a bit of, I don't know, turning, like trying to turn a baby in a pregnant woman's belly, but I did kind of manipulate it and it went in and it didn't push the rubber ring out. So now we've just got to strap it in. So we get our UNF bolt through the strap into that captive nut. Best tool in the box, nut runners. You'd struggle to do this without one of these. And then we'll spend 10 minutes tightening up the world's longest bolt. There's a little bit of foam padding there on the tank, which the strap will eventually pull against. I've got no idea what these two brackets are for on the tank. Don't think there's any on the carburetor tank. Anybody knows, drop a message below. Must refer bolting something to it. Yeah, I can feel that tightening up. It was a bit of guesswork really when I was welding this bracket onto the boot floor. I kept looking at other minis and trying to measure up to see where it went, but you're never completely convinced you're putting it in the right place. Well, this is going to tighten up to the hilt. What do you think? So yeah, that's come through. Not the best seal in the world, I've got to be honest. I think that's going to need some sealant around it, but the hole's a bit mullered in the bodywork anyway. So you can see the little depression in the tank spine there, which is designed, I presume, to miss this boot strap. Its spine of the tank is tight against the bracket. The strap is bolted up to the hilt. The pipes are easily accessible at the top, and then I've got to rig it in now, get it all rigged up, get the fuel pump attached, extend these plugs for the pump and the sender gauge. I've got some light stuff going on there. Put some terminals on the end of the battery cables. I made this little earth one here. So yeah, let's have a look at the pump and filter setup. See how I can balls that up then.